really pleased to be back again today with Jay from Spiritually Raw. I'm going to let you tell us all the name of your new platforms and everything. But before we launch into that, Jay, we are really excited because we're going to do a little 5-week little walkthrough with people on this channel, because we completely get that everything's changing for everyone. So we're doing it a 5 weeks to 5D abundance little session for you. Pep talks, call it what you want, because we know this works and we know that anyone can break through if they want to. So before we delve into that, just start off by telling us all your platforms for how people can connect with you. And I want to make sure we mention about your new experience that you're offering as well.
Thank you very much. It's good to see you, Catherine. Thanks for having me on. And it's really cool that we get to do this together. So our platform's 5D Mystics, the number 5dmystics.com. That tells you about everything, who we are, our works, our impact that we make in the world. So that'll show everything we got there. So all you got to do is go to 5dmystics.com and that'll tell you. Yeah, thanks a lot. And that'll tell you all about us. But yeah, this is so needed, what we're doing, really, to help people. I mean, just to kind of help pivot and look, if we can reach just whoever's watching this and whoever grabs something out of it, I think it'll be a good human essence breakthrough, for both of us.
Yeah. And you and I are both really passionate about this, because the thing is, the laws of the universe, they're consistent and they work. And at the moment, the wrong people have been using them to their advantage. But when we get to really understand that and use them for the good instead of the nefarious, everything about your life can work. And I want to sort of prefix this discussion we're going to have today for anyone watching is, look, there is nothing special about me. Sorry, Jay, but there's nothing special about you or I. We're talking about this because we know it works. We've been there. We've done that. We've learned a lot of lessons on the way. And we want to share a lot of those lessons to fast track people, because, we know this is really possible to transform your life. Whatever your starting point is, we know it's possible to transform. It's just a question of getting that mindset right. So today we want to start about acceptance and really, understanding where you're at. Talk us through that, Jay, and what your thoughts are there.
So acceptance is it's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. It really is. And you have to take stock of who you are. Acceptance is, for me, this is acceptance. For me, acceptance is, okay, I'm on this planet Earth. This is where I'm at. Okay, I understand there's a lot of different theories of where we can go, what's coming and all of that, but this is where I'm at that moment. I need to learn to accept that moment. The minute I start to not accept that moment and start to wonder what's coming, not saying anything's not coming or not happening, this is not all about that, but what's coming or not happening. But the minute I choose not to accept that, then you lose sight of existence. You lose sight of possibility. You lose sight of all that can be. You lose sight of that. What I've learned through this process, and this is my personal journey, Catherine, is we're all of this and we're nothing at the same time. I mean, we're all of it. We're the solar flash. We're the great awakening. We're the revaluation. We're the thing. So if these events come along, and a lot of people hope and pray that they do, and we hope and pray for you that they do, it's still only as good as you accepting who you are as a divine being. Because if you don't accept that, you're not going to get the benefit of that. And that's a real thing that people need to look into, is that, the way things are going to change is if we change, meaning as an individual. I hear a lot about, Catherine, like, oh, well, if a certain percentage, and I understand people have their thoughts, and I don't want to disrespect anybody's views on life, but again, I look at life very pragmatically, right? And I am an optimist. I really am an optimist. I look at it like that. But I don't necessarily think that 74.9% of the population is what needs to happen for everything to change. I think it's an inside job. You work on yourself. You work on there. I don't really think about that. I don't think in terms of like, well, I'm going to get held back because the rest of you aren't doing something. I don't think in terms like that. And I think that we're showing more and more evidence that when we don't think in terms like that and wait for everybody to make their turn or do that, yeah, it'll make it a hell of a lot easier if everybody did it. But along the way, we can't stop life. We can't stop life. We can't stop what's divinely ours. Acceptance is being in where we're at right now. And if we often, Catherine, we refer to this as a video game, right? Like we're in
Yeah.
a somewhat of a video game, a simulation. People call it the Matrix, whatever the word is of the day. But it kind of feels like that. But if you look at it from that concept, to get to another level, let's say that level is 4D, 5D, 10D, 12D, you have to master one level first. You know, if you look at it in context of a video game, you have to master it. You have to accept where you're at. You have to assess where you're at. You have to see what your surroundings, what are the tools you have to work with so you now can level up. And if you're constantly looking to run out of that, you're not seeing anything. You'll never level up. You won't. Accept where you're at first is going to be the key thing.
And it's so exciting for people. I know I can be a bit irritating for people because I'm a little bit, I do find quite a lot of things exciting and motivating, but it's because every single day I'm learning more skills that are moving me in the direction that I want to be going. And the more I'm moving in the direction I'm going in, the more I can help everyone else. And one of the ways I like listening to it, and I heard someone say this a long while ago, and I can't remember who it was, but if you're looking in the mirror, if you're expecting your reflection to move before you do or change expression, it's just not going to happen. And that's what I look like in terms of the 3D world we're looking at now. If you're expecting something outside of you to change before you've changed, you're going to be in a really long wait. But the thing I love about this, it's a bit like once you take the principles of Bruce Lipton's epigenetics, once you've accepted the fact that we can change anything in our lives and our current reality is set by programs that are coming from all sorts of different places, the beauty is there's numerous people that have demonstrated your past has no reflection on your future unless you choose to let it. So what I want to sort of start with today in this series for people is taking a really good look about where you are right here, right now. Where are you with your finances? Where are you with your health? And these are in no particular order because the order will vary for everyone. Where are you with your love life? Where are you with your friendships and your relationships? Whatever aspects of the life you're looking at, where are you now with no judgment, but be really, really honest about it. So just like an alcoholic can't start curing themselves until they've admitted they're an alcoholic. If you admit, for example, look, at the moment, I'm broke, I'm working in a job I really don't like. Once you've accepted that and you're like, how exciting, the only way is up now. What's the next step for people as far as you're concerned?
I think the next step is to take stock of where you're at, realize that, you know, there are no victims. And I don't mean that in the terms of like, you know, I understand people have an innocence, but in your own self, you're not a victim of anything. You're a willing participant in moving through what nefarious forces have led you to believe. I mean, look at what you're told to eat. I mean, if people will start to realize the essence of you are very, look, we don't know why we're here. We don't. I know, and we've interviewed enough of these people and shows and everything, and I get it, and I get there's theories, and I very well could be people are tapping into whatever, but we don't know. We're in this moment, so until we realize that the possibility is more, there's more evidence showing to us that we are, quote unquote, the movement, if you would, we're what we're waiting for, then there isn't. So just look at this very pragmatically, everybody. There's more evidence that we are here to save ourselves, to prosper ourselves, to grow abundantly. There's more evidence that we're the answer, not anything else. There's not enough evidence that proves that we're not the answer. But yet we choose to not look at us as the answer.
Yeah.
We are the answer. There's nobody. Look, I've Spiritually Raw, Catherine, was a personal journey to find out the answers. It wasn't intended to be a business per se. You know what I mean? It happened to be that, but it turned out to help answer those questions. After interviewing 2,500 people plus now, you know, I would say it's even more cemented my belief in that, well, maybe it is us. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that there's nothing out there, but maybe we're here to be able to take care of ourselves. Maybe we do have a divine inspiration that is there. Let's start working on tapping that source. Let's go within. Let's find out where. Let's get our health cleaned up. Because you and I both know, I mean, you're very health conscious. We are. I mean, you know, it starts with that body. I mean, and really doing that. I can share with you living a health, and this is no judgment. I don't care if you're partying or dancing on tables, that's your lifestyle, but but I will tell you, having a clean lifestyle, you get tapped into source, you get your downloads, you get information, you use discernment, you get more confidence. People think that well, they have to escape from they can't not be an addict anymore because it gives them confidence to do things, if you would. And that's, I will tell you, there's more confidence when you are connected to your source. There really is. Clean your body up, clean yourself up. If you really want to do this, then you'll start to master the tools of how to get there. Because if you're expecting to get to another dimension, you're expecting to get to another level, you're in for a rude awakening. You really are. You really are in for a rude awakening. So, pull up your big, one of the things that always tells me, I was talking to someone, is like, we get healers and I love them. I'm like, and I talk to these healers and things. I'm like, well, why are you sick?
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, why are you sick? How come you look overweight? Why are you broke? You know what I mean? I mean, what are you healing? I don't know if I want a healing from, you know what I mean? You got to think in terms of, this is real life.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I want to say is there's a big difference between judging people and acceptance. So today is all about acceptance. So accepting, where is my health? What choices am I making? So I heard you talk with Bryce the other day, and I love this, about your morning routine. And you and April, same as me, were up at 5 o'clock every morning. Bryce is up at least by 5 o'clock. But we've all got different morning routines, but they're all based around getting our day off to the right start. And this is so, so important. There's so many books that have been written about this. There's so much free information out there. So if there's one thing people can do today, is take stock of where you're at, really honest and open. And if you've got family members or friends that you trust their opinion, ask them. Just say, look, have I aged a lot recently? Am I a positive person? Am I, do you think I give off an aura of health? Because feedback is really, really important. And then start looking about some habits to get your day started, because how you do anything is how you do everything. If you get up with those right habits in the morning, the Miracle Morning book, it's a fantastic book. You can take it to whatever you want. So your morning routine is, I know you guys are runners. I am not a runner, but I'm out at 5 o'clock every morning, often barefoot, doing all the animals, interacting with nature, doing my breathing, doing my gratitude journal. These little things are free and all of us have access to them. So there's a lot that people can do right here, right now, to really start saying, okay, the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. If you want different results, and I would say there's not one person watching this, there's not one of us that doesn't want to uplift some aspect of our lives. So
yeah, for sure.
Exciting that you get the opportunity. And if you need some support, join up with people that are doing it already. This is the point. So I always make a joke, and it's completely unpolitically correct, but I'm not going to go to an aerobics class with a fat aerobics teacher. Right. You could be fat and be the most brilliant thing at something else. It's not a criticism of your weight, but if you're a fitness instructor, I want my fitness instructor to look fit, to be something that I aspire to. So that goes with any aspect of your life.
100%. It really does. And I tell you, like, we disciplines, someone said it, I don't remember who said it, but I love the phrase, discipline builds champions, right? Yeah. And when we start our day, like, we'll go for a run or go for a walk, and I love, you'll love this. I mean, my favorite part of the day is when I wake up in the morning and making the dog's breakfast. It's my happiest time. It really is, and I love it. But I in those moments is where I'm always saying to myself, okay, it's time for me to wake up. Let me get my direction for the day. So if I'm going for a run, April and I be talking, and April will say something along the lines of, like, "Oh, well, are you going for a run?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got to get my answers for the day. Yeah, I got to get my answers, because I know I got to get there from somewhere." And if you start your day with whatever it is you do, if you start your day knowing that it's so important to connect with whatever's there, to get the answers, get some direction, your life very well will change, because now you're not saying you're rushing out of bed. I got to. There's like, you get rid of all the gotta-s, you know what I mean? You go there, you get an answer, you start to trust your intuition, you apply it, and it gets better and better. The more you apply it, the more you realize what you truly can be capable of. And look, you know, Catherine, you and I doing this, I mean, this just makes us stronger too. So yeah, we're not just sitting here, everybody just lecturing or preaching to you. This is helping us. You know, we're talking through, we're channeling in it, we're maintaining an essence of keeping ourselves in a present moment so we can receive. Because, you know, if we're 2 seconds out or 2 seconds back, we're missing it. We're missing what the possibilities are.
Yeah, and I'm a real believer in baby steps. In start one thing and have one intention. Don't try and take on the world at once. Some people can manage that, but a lot of us can't. And I slip off the bandwagon a lot, you know. But the difference is the more you realize, get that feedback loop from yourself about how great you feel when you do stick to these habits. There's a big difference between motivation and discipline. So when you're putting some discipline into your life, because there's some habits that you really believe are going to be important to you, it's much easier long term to maintain disciplines than to keep yourself constantly motivated. And again, look up the difference between discipline and motivation and sort of see, you know, if you're going all in, any successful person, it doesn't matter what area of life you're talking about, whether it's the person on your street that's always happy and grateful and never moaning, whether it's a great business leader, a great athlete, you know, a spiritual teacher, you can see some consistent traits in all of them. And in all of them, they've made some decisions and they're sticking to those disciplines because they understand that the benefits far outweigh the downside. So there's not many people, there's some. I must say I'm not one of them, because I'm really lucky. I've normally got at least one cat asleep in the bed with me. And so when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I could sit here and cuddle Mitzi for a bit longer, or I could get up. But I know now, I've been doing it long enough to know how great I'm going to feel when I get up and start in the right way. And if you don't, it's just a good reminder for you, oh, okay, this is why it doesn't work for me. And you start again the next day. You've got some exciting offerings coming up, haven't you? You and April have got a new offering coming up that I really want to make people understand, because there's so much help out there, guys. There's free things on YouTube, on podcasts, there's brilliant books. You'll know people in your local area that inspire you in whatever area of life it is. Connect in with them. But tell us yours and April's latest offering.
So our latest, you know, it's in progress right now. Again, it's pretty cool because it's divinely inspired. It really feels like we get to flow with the universe, but we are creating a project called The Secrets to the 5D Riches. And the theme of it is recruit no one, attract everyone. And what we mean by that is that if you are living in a sense of the universe of spirit, people will draw, your vibrational match will meet you. Your vibrational match will meet you. Your vibrational match, Catherine, will come to you and say, Catherine, here I am. It's so nice that I've met your spirit. What can I do to help you along your journey now? That's how your life should be. That's how life should be. We are finding that. So this is about meeting your vibrational match, so you don't have to feel like, oh, I'm working 9,000 hours a week and I'm proud of that, and you know what I mean, or 80 years, and then I take the year I decide to retire as the year you drop dead. That's not life. That's not what this was supposed to be about. This is supposed to be what's shown to me and April is that, you know, we meet our vibrational matches. We celebrate each other, we uplift each other, and we're not mad. Listen, the reality is you're not vibrational matches with everybody, so stop trying. You know, stop trying. You know what I mean? Find them. You know, you give everything. It's you give it everything you got. You give one good shot to get your message out there. People will draw to you who are supposed to draw to you. But so we're putting together this experience, The Secrets to 5D Riches, and so we ask people if they'd like to send us a video. A 1-minute question of what it is they'd like to know, you know what I mean, about what it is that holds them up, how they can have some breakthroughs. We'll answer those questions for them in that, you know. So it's a building evolution that we're putting together right now, and let's see in the next few weeks what it ultimately looks like. But it's something that's definitely been downloaded, you know, from our spirit side, if you would, to really just get this information out there, and again, feeling like if people attract to it.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. So the details for how to sort of connect in with Jay for that will be all down below. So please do check that out. One thing that I've been doing and my daughter and I have been working on is a series of little ebooks. So the first one that we're going to launch, which will be completely free for everyone, is all about building healthy habits. And these things are really, really important. You know, even just changing your habits and understanding how to set your day up for success can literally transform every aspect of your life. So that will be available very soon, probably next week or the week after at the latest. So do look out for that. But also, you know, find out who resonates with you, because all of us will go through different stages in our life where we're looking for different things. So, for example, now I've got grown-up children. The type of lifestyle I'm looking for is very different from when I was looking after 2 toddlers.
Yeah.
So I think this is really important, is allow yourself to change and allow yourself to understand that there were certain things that you did at certain periods of your life that served you and you needed to go through that stage. And then everyone's evolving all the time at their own pace. So listen to yourself and ask yourself, what do I want now? What do I want for the next phase of my life?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I tell people, is like, if you align with the fact that something is coming or something's happening, good for you, really good for you. But then treat it as if something I mean, look, if I knew that in my lifetime there's a big flash that's coming, or there's a bunch of revaluation or monies that are coming, I'm getting emotionally, mentally, spiritually prepared for that. Get
Yeah.
prepared for that. Don't just sit there. Don't just sit there and just think that, you know, you are going to just wait for it, and all of a sudden, then that's when you started. That's the wrong way of thinking. It's not right to do it that way. It's not going to work. You have to celebrate life, so life celebrates you back, right? So if you start to take a look at, like, if you are really aligning with something's going to happen for you or something's going to change, go ahead and get prepared for it. Dress up, you know, get cleaned up. I mean, act like there, get yourself physically better, go get your health checkups, be ready to celebrate life. And then you very well may experience exactly what you're, well, not exactly what you're thinking, but the essence of what you're thinking. It may just show up in whatever form though, but who cares, as long as it showed up. But be prepared for it and celebrate life, and that's how life celebrates you.
Yeah, there's so much guidance out there for you all. The main message I think we want to get across today is, look, take that inventory of where you're at now. Be brutally honest with yourself, but not judgmental. There's a big difference in that, isn't there, Jay?
Big difference. You have to be brutally honest with yourself, and it's time to confront each other. Look, like I said, one of the things we've always said here is that we're not a vibrational match to everybody, and we know that, and you're not, and that does not necessarily mean. I've learned to look at it as it's not higher or lower or all that stuff, it's just different. You know what I mean? People talk in terms of, well, I understand, yes, there is lower energies, there's higher energies. I get that part. But as far as vibrations, everybody's got their own journey. And so if you take a look from the concept of, if you're not a vibrational match, that doesn't mean that person is not good, doesn't mean that it's not there. They just may not have been part of your soul cluster, or the people that you're supposed to, you know, make a breakthrough in life with. And that's all it is. Let it be as simple as that. Why can't it be as simple as that?
It absolutely is. I mean, if you just take a simple thing as a dog and a cat, you know, we as humans might have preferences for who we want to share our life with, but the dog isn't comparing itself to the cat. And we've got to stop this comparing ourselves to others and be really honest. So for some people, if we just take the wealth side of things, for some people, an extra $200 a week could be all they want.
Yeah.
And they need to give themselves the next level of quality of life. So for some people, they want, you know, $10,000 a week, but you've got to match to what you're really prepared to believe, and set your targets and then take inspired action. And the one thing I would say, and again, we're saying this because we know it's possible, because we've done it, is it's completely possible, but no one can change your belief systems for you. If you're going to catch yourself fighting for your limitations, so I've put quite a lot out on Instagram. If people want some positive stuff, please do connect into my Instagram. The link's below. But it's interesting where people are, I'd love this, but it's impossible for me because I'm not in a situation where I can create financial abundance. Have you got any words of advice for people that are finding themselves caught in that limitation trap?
Yeah. Get out of your surroundings. My answer is it's just, again, well, I tell you, this is doing these kind of things, it's a different kind of tough. It really is. Like I was saying, it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, is to let people know that, look, you could give them promises and hope like this, but again, the promise and the hope is you. Just
Yeah.
as long as you realize that the promise and the hope is you, and the sooner you admit that, and that is in no way implying that it dilutes or does anything saying that or negates your faith, if you would. That's not about that. You're the answer. You're the solution. You're the problem. You know what I mean? You're all of it. So just as long as you know it's all you, and when you can start doing that, you can have those breakthroughs. And maybe then you think about, well, maybe instead of $200 a week, maybe I can do 2,000 a week.
Yeah.
Maybe I can 20,000 a week. Look, there's people that are doing it because they start to realize that they are the solution. And one of the things we always say is, don't, in business, we've always said this, we've always said, don't be part of anybody's choice, be their solution.
Yeah.
Be the solution. Don't be a choice. Like, you be the solution, be the solution, be the solution, be the solution. And that's what successful people do. Health and wellness, finance, whatever their thing is that they've learned to realize that, again, they don't lose sight of your faith. So I don't want people thinking that we're saying to you that. We're saying that utilize the teachings of whatever that faith is, that just so happened to be 2,000 years old, is maybe misinterpreted a little bit. I don't know, another show, but use some of those teachings and apply it, but realize that you're the answer. I truly believe we're the answer. And I love my faith. I really do. I believe in it. I live my life to access it. You know what I mean? To access my information, to get there, to get closer to whatever it is there. And I validate it, but I use it. I understand that it is completely my responsibility to do what I get with it. Nobody else's.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's going to be information as usual. We're not trying to sell anything today. We're just trying to say, look, it's all out there for you if you want it. Everyone's different personalities. Some people are brilliant at finding all the resources their own. And in this modern world, the one thing we should be really grateful for, well, there's lots to be grateful for, but one is the access to free information. There's so much out there. There literally is something for everyone. Other people like to work with others to sort of help and keep them accountable. If so, reach out to us. There's so much out there. But the one thing I would say, start today. Just start doing something today. Sit there, allow yourself a time scale to do that inventory of your life. And when you start getting some of these things, these principles, and sort of trying them out for yourself, you'll see that you're applying the same things to any aspect of your life, whether it's your health, whether it's your wealth, whether it's your relationships. When you shift your vibration, you attract a completely different crowd in. I did want to just pick up what you said for the people that are stuck in that, oh my goodness, I wish, but I can't. You hit on something really important, which is change your environment. It's so important. So if you're in that mindset, you need to either change what you're listening to, change who you're associating with, change what you're reading, whatever it is you can uplift, change it. Because if you keep surrounding yourself by the same inputs, whether that's food, whether that's water, whether it's supplements, whether it's people, whether it's podcasts, whatever it is, you're going to keep getting the same results.
100%. And look, like we talked about it, like we're talking about it because I believe in this moment is that you and I speaking, I believe we're actually manifesting this moment. So we're manifesting, we're talking to our existence. So we're hoping that whoever's watching this can actually not only look at this as your own way of maybe what we can share with you, but you're actually watching things growing. I mean, Catherine and I just spoke about the course she's about to do with her daughter that me and April are about to do together. We're manifesting you. You see, everybody, this is how you do it. This is, and we're doing this. We're showing you that, hey, look, we're coming with you and saying, look, we think we found a way. And it seems to be more and more evidence as the days goes on that the way we're doing it is the way. It's a very helpful way. So that's all we got is to share that with you. So, I really hope people, can look at this as just not the best entertainment in the world. And thank you for that. If you do but really that real, like, we really do want to help. We really do want to help because we understand that is what elevates our souls too. It's just what it is.
Absolutely. So if you're watching this today, there's a reason why you're watching it today. If you're watching this today, you're going to have loved ones in your life, whether it's a friend, whether it's a family member that needs to hear this message today, that needs a bit of a pick-me-up. please share it with them, because this is how the world goes round in terms of, you know, pass it forward and let us know. We'll be back next week with some more on this subject. So please, we love interaction in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what questions you want us to talk about. And we're really happy to help. Thank you so much, Jay. Have a really amazing weekend. Love these chats. Always makes me feel great. Any final words?
Yeah, just listen, everybody. Just you know, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Yeah.
Go for it. Thanks then. Take care. Bye. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And if you feel inspired, please do share with your friends and family. My goal is to inspire as many people as I can to live their best lives, to stay curious and to raise their consciousness and that of the collective. So to do this, I need to reach as many people as possible, and this needs your help. If you feel drawn, would you be willing to share your favourite episode with 5 different people? This helps us spread the word and also helps me encourage some exciting new guests to take part in this podcast. If you feel drawn to do that, I will be very, very grateful. All the links and discount codes where applicable for all the products that I support are on my 2 websites, catherineedwards.life and catherineedwardsacademy.com. All of the products are personally tried and tested by me, my family, and my clients. And finally, please do press the follow or subscribe button, depending which platform you're listening on. And above all, stay curious and stay free.